Okay. The spirit wanted me to give like a tour, so I'm doing that. Um, Basically, I love to sing, so I use this to practice when the spirit lets me. The spirit hasn't really let me. I eat popcorn as a snack. It's more healthy for you. Symbolizes cleaning. Pierced for your transgressions and the name on my thigh and all that. Uh, I'm like, I don't know why the spirit wants me to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. This kind of symbolizes I live next to somebody who's constantly in fear because she doesn't follow the Holy Spirit, so I'm able to kind of block out the sin this way, and there's different layers to it, kind of like me. So you have this layer, and then this layer, and this kind of is like an ephod type of thing. I don't know if you could see it, but that's what that symbolizes. Um, this is where people usually sleep when I help them out. The Wi-Fi. Uh, Mount Olive, which I'm not gonna comment on right now. And then my coffee, and then little scroll, little book, whatever you want to call it. I call it that part of the Bible. And then you have the King James version right here. And I'm really good at chess. Where I sleep, and that's pretty much it. You have YAH, which is short for Yah. Way. That was funny. Then you have A, O, Alpha and Omega. And you have the cross, which is a star. And it says stay, hood, and then the tattoo artist I was ministering to, it came out like this, and then it's supposed to represent a lacerated right arm from carrying the cross. That really hurt. And then this symbolizes the root of David, and it's gray and white. And then all of these things were provided by the Spirit. And then you have the same thing. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. And then I have, of course, dazzling white coat here. New foundation for the next millennium. Floor is pretty simple. Space heater. I gave it away the other day. The person brought it back, so I'm really proud of her for that. The light, of course. The light, of course. Anything else? Oh. Supposed to mean, I got it breaking up an escort service. King of every heart. Because I go where no one will go. And then, you have, I don't know how to do it, but you have like the smoke from Mount Sinai, and then the crown. I don't know if you can see it. I'm assuming it's done the way the Spirit wanted it done. Oh, the Spirit told me someone needed to see this, so someone's seeing it. What was I gonna say? I'm gonna say whatever the Spirit tells me to say. Oh, this is, I'm really happy about this. I haven't had this TV long. It's one of the luxuries that the Spirit allows me to have, but I use it for work. Basically, the Spirit will be like, watch this, and then I'll watch it in the Spirit, and the Spirit will explain to me things that are going on around the world, and how to handle them, and then keys. People that know the book of Revelation know what that means. Revelation wasn't like written in order, so I've fulfilled that like so many times. And then someone brought this over, three lights, and it's supposed to symbolize, Father, the Holy Spirit, and the Son, which are actually me. And John gave me this wallet, so it's special to me. I'm still figuring out what to do with him. But I know he'll be alright. He's just kind of... he's alright. He's alright. I keep my promises. He's family. Family never gets left behind. And these are nails. They kind of symbolize the many crosses that I have been crucified on, whether they be wooden or mental, emotional, spiritual. That type of thing makes you really, really strong. And sometimes I get dressy when I go to church and stuff like that. Blue, of course, symbolizes the Holy Spirit. Gray, I already told you what that means. And this one's nice. And when I found Judas and I was helping him out of his situation, he gave me a Versace shirt, and we used that to clean up throw up. So I threw that away. Let me see. I'm really not enthralled with money at all. And then these are cool because these, like, this part, it's like a rainbow sometimes. It lights up. So I like these. And I've had so many rainbows that it's not even funny. They just come into my apartment sometimes. And he was saying he saw blue and purple shoot out for me when I walked around. So it's been a funny story. I got lots of stories. But yeah, you would eventually come to the point that I'm either telling the truth and really him or completely insane. That's really the only conclusion you're ever going to come to. But you'll remember me, and you'll remember stories if you've ever met me. You'll have some amazing stories. So what it all comes down to is life is supposed to be fun. And man really has no control over anything, so man shouldn't worry about things. And people get themselves riled up a lot, and that's an illusion of assuming that you can control something. So I mean, scarred hands, all that, and scarred feet, and their feet of bronze, and all that. There's that, all kind of. A wound in my side really didn't make too much sense because I need my side. I was like, what are you gonna do? And yeah, scars are all over my head too. I'll show you. It's not about wearing a crown of thorns this time, and I'm really trying to convey that to people. I'm really, really serious about that. Okay. So, colors can represent things. I mean, I've walked on a sea of glass. I've done all that. And I have stories that there is public documentation to give you more of this story. I'll put it that way. And yeah, the temple filled with smoke. That was funny when that happened. A lot of things have happened in this temple. A lot of things have happened outside of it. A lot of things just happen wherever I go. I'm pretty used to it. And I like the city because I know the city, but it really is spiritually dark, and I don't like the city, but I love the people in it. It's a weird type of thing. Like, I go out and check on my people, and they're usually doing the same things they were doing, so it's kind of and I'm seeing a lot of people in the street holding up signs that say Jesus saves. I like seeing that, but then I kind of like, I feel sorry for them because I want them to have houses and I want them to be okay. So it's really, really mixed emotions when you have 7 different spirits. And that's what I try and convey to people. I'm like, if you come into my temple, be in the Spirit. Like, attempt to follow the Holy Spirit. Have some level of reverence, respect for God. And so many people don't, and it just never goes well. So it's like I'm constantly cleaning people up and kind of correcting and loving at the same time. It's hard to get to know me, my playful, gentle side. That is really, I'm really. If you have respect for God and you are trying, then I'm a whole different. I'm funny and I'm fun to be around. If not, then I mix it up. Like, I'm funny but then it starts kind of coming out on me and I start correcting. And the way I do that is with my mouth. Like, I'll just start cutting. And I really don't like doing that. What else? Okay. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I'm supposed to teach? I know I was pretty harsh today, so I'm trying to kind of lighten things up. No, I think it was a good church session. I think it'll help a lot of people out, and that's really the point. I mean, even when people leave my life, I know they heard what they needed to hear, and they'll be on the right path, and they'll be all right. And then you give them time to process, and you hope that they keep in touch and all that. But you still kind of got to learn. Some people don't, but they are no longer on the paths to the destruction that they were on. And that's kind of the point, and that's really the reward of when you love someone. That's just, you want to make sure they're okay. You want to make sure that their family's okay, because the little ones are also God's children. So you're kind of looking out for the whole family, and you pick someone that's strong enough to be that representative in the family, and that's what the church is supposed to do. And I always go through Revelation, and it's like a checklist. I'm like, all right, do I have to do this again? Do I have to do this again? Do I have to do this again? And you get to the point where it's just like, well, you just accept that God is always just, and that everything's always going to be okay. You have submitted your life to Jesus. You're trying to obey the Holy Spirit. You're protected. Oh. And then, his and hers. They're kind of cool. I like them. Everything, I didn't pay for any of it. You just wait for it and God provides it. So, I mean, I'm living pretty luxuriously, I think. it's I am ready to reward people. That's the good news. That's really good news. So I can't wait to do more of that. I've been doing that, but I want to do more of that. And that's my MTV Cribs. Um, well, the temple is set up just like it always has been. You walk in, and then you have the Holy of Holies. And that's kind of what that is as well. It's kind of, that's what the curtain is for. And that's why I have it there. And so that my special Holy of Holies stays holy and has the presence of God always in it and light. And I do listen to worship music as much as possible. And I also calm down with listening to worship music, and I start making decisions, and I'm always praying, and this is kind of like my office, sort of. And yeah, that's I have all kinds of things going on right now, but I always do. And that's one thing you kind of get used to when the Spirit is going to put you in a position of leadership. Make quick decisions, and when you have so much to do, you make a decision, move on, make a decision, move on, make a decision, move on. And it's pretty much like that until I rest, and I'm usually pretty much joyful and peaceful as long as I'm staying in here. And then I go out sometimes on missions trying to help people, and then I come back here. I take my shower. It's a Nazarene thing. Basically, what the Nazarenes used to do is they would kind of be baptized every single day. And it was because of the people they were around. Their spirits were so sensitive that they could not really be comfortable. What they were doing was washing those people's sins off of them. And that's why I teach that, because it provides more spiritual comfort and joy. And what works, works. I mean, really, when you see evidence and it works, you kind of walk in that. And I'm thankful for that. I remember being homeless a few times. It was, oof, I used to have to do it with like water fountains and McDonald's bathrooms and things like that. But that's what it is. I love you more than you know. And till the next video.